So I want to talk about the border for a minute. I think it's important. I think it's important to understand why the border exists even. If you think about it for a minute, in the beginning there was a border to separate our countries because we're a separate nation. There weren't transnational corporations. There weren't that were controlling all the countries with their Rothschild bankers. But now, today, if you look at this situation, we really do have to ask the question why the border even exists. Not whether there should be a wall or not, but whether the border should even exist. And I'll tell you why. Right now, in the United States, there are like 13 million illegal, mainly Mexicans, but other people from other countries like El Salvador, Honduras, Guatemala, everywhere. Korea, who knows? Wherever they came from or however they got in, they're illegal. But there's 13 million of them. And mainly there's like 13 million Mexicans. Cool. They want to work. They want to go to work at jobs that white people don't want, like picking strawberries. Have you ever seen a little white kid, 16-year-old white kid go pick strawberries or work in the McDonald's and happily and want to do it? No, they're too busy playing with their smartphones or watching like Nickelodeon, Nick at Night or whatever. So my point is here, there's 13 million Mexicans in the United States and there's 13 million U.S. citizens here in Mexico. But not only that, think about this for a second. Now that we've turned in, these companies have all turned into transnational corporations, like coca-cola and the beer truck coming by here right now. Once you realize that Coca-Cola's on both sides of the border, Home Depot, Walmart, McDonald's, Burger King, Carl's Jr., all these big corporations, Caterpillar, you name it, AbbVie, Pfizer, DuPont, Nemours. I mean, these companies are all on the same, on all sides of the border. They're everywhere. So why does the border exist? What purpose does it serve? Because if you really look at it, the only reason why the border exists is to, if you're going to cross the border with any goods or services, you've got to either cross legally and pay the border taxes and tariffs to the government. Or if you're going to cross the border illegally, then you're going to pay a tariff to the mafia. But we've already figured out, because of people like Donald Trump and Enrique Peña Nieto, that the mafia is the government. So the border really serves no purpose for these two nations and the people of these two nations, except to support a few people who want to be evil and conspire and collude against their own people just to make money. So my recommendation is actually to eliminate the border and to like in Europe, there's no real borders now. It's the European Union. If you're from Greece, you can go to Spain. If you're from Spain, you can go to Greece. You don't need to have special visas or passports or permissions. You just go. And so that's what really should happen. Because if not, what's really going on here now, in light of the information that you've just been given, to tell you the truth, what's really going on if you keep the border is just racism and discrimination. And treating one nation like as if it's a slave nation and the other nation as if it's superior. And that's just not acceptable anymore in the year 2018. So I recommend that everybody who watches this video reconsider whatever it is you thought about the border before and ask yourself, why does it even exist? Because all these transnational companies and banks are on both sides of the border. And there's people from both countries on both sides of the border. So it doesn't even serve any purpose. Oh, and if it's to keep drugs out of the country, what a joke that was. Because it's the government itself bringing the drugs into the United States. If you don't believe me, all you need to do is go read some newspapers and some history books and some lawsuits, and you'll find out. Leopold Richard Bamberger Alavizos reported to you from Zihuatanejo.